Or can you guys allow seller financing?
Yes. Yeah.
Explain the process.
Well, seller financing simply means that the person selling the property is going to carry a note on that property as well as the note that we're carrying. Or sometimes seller financing just carries the entire note. But most sellers want to get at least some of their money at closing. And the way we usually work it is we are in first position and the seller carries in a second position. So their lien is junior in terms of priority to ours. Sure. And we find out what their terms are in that second. We have to get an appraisal no matter what.
Okay.
Because we've seen this in the past when the market was going nuts in 2004 through 2006 and 7, is that you'd have a seller that would carry a bogus second. And they'd say, oh, well, I'm selling this property for $600,000 and I'm carrying a $100,000 second. And then the lender says, oh, great, we'll carry $500,000. We're safe.
Sure.
Well, he really carried a 100% loan without knowing it and without charging the correct rate for a 100% loan or the mortgage insurance or whatever else would have been required. And then the seller never intended to collect any money on the second. So we have to get an appraisal, which is not ordered by the seller and is not ordered by the buyer.
Right.
Usually it's going to be ordered by us.
Sure.
Because then we know it's an independent appraisal verifying what the value of that property is. A lot of times you get a buyer and seller, they get together and they agree on a price, and it may not conform to what that market is actually going to give for a price on that house.
Sure.
Maybe these guys, the seller convinces the buyer, yeah, this place is worth $900,000. We actually did see this just a few months ago in Santa Rosa. Somebody was buying a property for, I think it was like $1.3 million.
Oh.
And I didn't believe the value was there because I looked up the property and I went, well, there's no way this is worth that much.
Yeah.
But the realtor that was involved said, well, the seller is adamant that's what it's worth and that's what he's going to sell it for. I said, well, we have to get an appraisal.
Sure. Well, they could
have
any end of this price or ask price that they want.
Yeah, it's pretty standard to get an appraisal anyway.
Sure.
So we ordered the appraisal. The appraiser called and said, yeah, there's no way this is going to appraise anywhere near that. It's more like $800,000.
Wow.
So that's the exact reason why we do that.
Sure.
Because what if we lent $850,000 on that property? We're not going to put our investors in that kind of position. Plus, you're not doing the buyer any favors. If you're certain that property is worth less than he's buying it for, and you don't require an appraisal, you're doing him a disservice as well.
Right. Exactly. That's interesting.